Have a voice, 90.3 Voice of the People FM. That's where you are. Good evening and welcome to the Evening Rush. On the hot topic this evening, just a bit of on the international scene. Trump currently under arrest in court as he is awaiting arraignment in Manhattan Criminal Court in New York, United States. That story is still developing because the arrest was the arrest happened just about 22 minutes ago. So we're still following up that story.
So can this ever happen in Nigeria?
For a president,
a former president, to be arrested and arraigned in courts. Can this ever happen in Nigeria?
In the full glare of Igwe the whole world. Watching, it's crazy. All right, Lagos. That's, by the way, not one of our conversations this evening. But however, if you like to chime in on that, it's fine. You can always throw in your weight on that conversation. Let's move quickly to the stories that we have for you this evening, Lagos, shall we? So on the hot topic this evening, we have quite a number of stories. Lagos on the hot topic this evening. INEC deliberately withheld uploading presidential election results on IReV. Who said this and to whom? As my lecturer asked back in the days when we were in school. So, Minister Mohammed, the Minister for Information, Mohammed, said this, that INEC deliberately withheld uploading presidential election results. We'll look into that later on in the course of the show. We'll add the flesh in it, as I like to say later on. But let's move to other conversations that we have. On interim national government, APC urges U.S. President Biden to defend Nigeria's democracy. All right. Federal government warns P2B against fanning insurrections. It says what you're doing is treason. You are fanning insurrection. And by the way, P2B responds and reacts to that very, very swiftly. Okay, so let's see other conversations that we have today for you. P2B's response is quite lengthy there. So, attack on Igbo. Bring your evidence against MC Oluomo if you want us to arraign him. Who said this? The police force. That's the force PRO has said that. If you think you have evidence against MC Oluomo linking him to the attack on Igbo people during the March 18th election, all right, bring your evidence forward. Then we could arraign him. And we'll also dig into that conversation later on. And a lot of drama happened today in Rivers State. So we thought that what we saw yesterday was just the beginning of it. So we saw more like a native shrine introduced, or there was a makeshift shrine in the front premises, or the premises or the entrance of the INEC office in Rivers State this afternoon. It was quite a bit of drama as, the war between APC and PDP in Rivers State, more like the tussle to access electoral materials between APC and
that should be on
PDP
Netflix right now.
Deepened in Rivers State. We'll also look into that conversation as we go. So let's start our conversations one at a time. Shall we, Lagos? Let's dig in.
We shall.
We shall. Chatting to we.
I don't know.
All right, so moving on to the conversation that is on the front burner this evening. So, the Electoral Commission, INEC, deliberately withheld the real-time upload of presidential election results from polling units, Information Minister Mohammed said, according to a report by the government-owned news agency of Nigeria. Wow. So you would recall that over and over again, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had reassured Nigerians that not only will beavers be used in the conduct of the general elections for 2023, but there will be real-time upload of results through the IReV portal. And that's actually what makes this particular, what should have made, or what makes this election, different and significant away from other elections that we've had. And people had that assurance and reassurance. And over time, even when there was more like a rumor that INEC is not likely to upload results real time on IReV,
that news,
the
right?
INEC chairman debunked it and said that that's not true, that they would use beavers and they must upload electronically in real time. You would remember that, the whole thing about electronic transmission of results made a lot of fuss in National Assembly. It was a lot of debate in National Assembly. A lot of people were against it, some were in favor of it and all of that, till at the end of the day it was adopted and it was included in the Constitution, in the Electoral Act. And as it is right now, you could also, if you would recall, that the February 25th general election, especially the presidential election, was, however, was not uploaded in real time, as it were. But that of the National Assembly, apparently to a very reasonable degree was uploaded in real time. But the presidential election wasn't uploaded in real time, and that's the reason why there's been lots of agitation about the validity of the elections, as it were, because there's been a lot of complaint as to why did INEC renege on its own promises and on its own guidelines by not doing what they promised Nigerians they would do. However, when INEC was asked initially, they had made a statement 2 days after the election, I think the Sunday, the next day after the election, that their server did not have capacity for federal election, that its capacity was for the initially selected state elections.
Little segment.
So it was a bit challenging. Exactly. So it was a bit challenging for the server to experience the surge of, the federal election that he did experience, and that's why he had that hitch. So there was a glitch because of that capacity issue.
Of it, why didn't the upload start from the presidential election? At least upload a good amount of the presidential election results in real times and check. But somehow the National Assembly results were uploaded in real time.
You mean during mock elections?
Yes.
During real time?
During real time elections, since they said that their capacity, like the server doesn't have the capacity to contain all the results, right? So they could. Why did they start with the National Assembly? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. So moving forward, well, the Minister for Information, like Mohammed, has reacted to that, because that's one of the reasons a lot of people has, weighed in on INEC because of this election. So, Minister Lai Mohammed said INEC's decision to withhold the upload was because of suspected cyber attacks. So you'd recall that the Minister for Digital, and
Communication,
Telecommunications, Issa Pantami had said that there were millions of attacks.
Yes.
On the INEC portals, on the IReV portals, within the election season or the electioneering season, especially as election was
and somehow they confidently didn't raise any alarm till after the election. I don't know. I'm not asking you. I'm just concerned.
My work is the work of a messenger. I am here to pass a message. Don't ask me. Okay, so Lagos, you heard that conversation, right? So the Electoral Commission, INEC, deliberately withheld the real-time upload of presidential election results from polling units, Information Minister Lai Mohammed has said. And he said, according to him, he said that the decision was to withhold the upload of presidential elections specifically because of suspected cyber attack. It wasn't because, we need a fear now to release the result. We're not scared of you people. It's not because anything happened. Well, let me finish the news so you get full, view of it. So INEC, suspecting cyber attacks, withheld the uploading of the result in order to preserve the integrity of the data. That is what Lai Mohammed said, that because there was suspect of cyber attacks, so they had to deliberately withhold the presidential election upload of the presidential election results on the IReV portal because of that. But this is quite contrary to what INEC had said initially, or the report INEC had given, as a reason that what would have led to the reason why the result was not uploaded. So Mr. Lai Mohammed claimed, however, it was different. Of course, you know that. Consequently, the Commission wishes to assure Nigerians that the challenges are not due to any intrusion or sabotage of systems. That's what INEC had assured us, that it was not because of any sabotage or attack or anything, that it was just because their capacity. In fact, let me even say it the way it is. Now, according to this article from Premium Times, he said Minister Lai Mohammed's claim is, however, different from what INEC told Nigerians a day after the 25th of February election. That is on a Sunday, which is 26th, when they published that press release on the reason why the IReV portal was experiencing glitch and why they were not able to upload the presidential election real time. So the commission had told Nigerians that its failure to uphold the results was due to technical glitches and not any form of sabotage or cyber attacks. If we're quoting that press release verbatim. Consequently, the commission wishes to assure Nigerians that the challenges are not due to any intrusion or sabotage of our systems, and that the IReV remains well secured, INEC spokesperson Festus Okoye said in that press release. So the failure by INEC to upload the results of the election in real time, as repeatedly promised Nigerians, is one of the bases upon which, two opposition parties had gone to court, the Labour Party and the PDP. So Minister Mohammed gave the government's position in Washington, D.C. today, United States, during his official engagement with some international media organizations. So the news agency of Nigeria, of course, was there, and the report that the minister in Washington, D.C. Was there to engage the international media organizations and think tanks on the just concluded 2023 elections. It also reports that the minister has so far engaged respectively with the Washington Post, Voice of America, Associated Press, and Foreign Policy magazine. INEC had come under fire over its inability to upload results immediately on the IReV portal. So this is basically the reason or the reaction the Minister for Information gave to these international media outfits. That's the reason why our results, the presidential result specifically, was not uploaded in real time. Specifically, you would recall that quite a number of the National Assembly results were uploaded in real time, but that of the presidential election was not uploaded in real time, and that's, as it were, and that was the reason we had a lot of issue. All right, Lagos, phone lines are open. We'd like to hear from you. Of course, you know that we can't have this discussion without you, so the phone lines are open. Let's have you jumping on this conversation. It is 0700 903 903 903. I'm glad to announce to you that our smart line is back. Right, so yes, you can call us on 0700 903 903 9. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 The WhatsApp line is 0700 903 903 while the line to call is 0700 903 903 903. Let's quickly move to our next conversation, having established this. So our second conversation is still on the Minister for Information. As the federal government, through the Minister for Information, Oga Lai Mohammed, had warned or has warned the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi for inciting people to violence over the outcome of the presidential elections. So the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, gave the admonition in Washington, D.C. during his official engagement with some international media organizations. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the minister is in Washington to engage the international community. We had said that earlier. So NAN also reports that the minister had also engaged respectively, some media houses that we mentioned. So during the respective interactions with the media organizations, the minister said it was wrong for Obi on one breath to seek redress in court over the outcome of the polls, and on another breath inciting people to violence. Only you do this one. You do this one. That's what it means. So Obi and his vice, Dati Baba Ahmed, cannot be threatening Nigerians that if the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC is sworn in May 29th, it will be the end of democracy in Nigeria. You would also recall that it was the vice, Dati Baba Ahmed, that made that statement in Channels Television, not Peter Obi. However, this statement credits that statement to both Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed. So he said, this is treason. You cannot be inviting insurrection, and this is what they are doing. That's what Lai Mohammed said. A Democrat should not believe in democracy only when he wins the elections. That's what he said. The minister said in challenging the election results, there was no pathway to victory for either Obi or Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate for the PDP. According to the minister, both Obi and Atiku failed to meet the constitutional requirement to be declared as president. He said the constitution has stringent criteria for anybody who wants to be president of the country. Not only must the person have the plurality of vote cast in an election, he must also have scored 1/4 of votes cast at least in 25 states. Only the president-elect met the criteria by scoring 8.79 million votes and having 1/4 of all the votes cast in 29 states of the federation. And that's what Lai Mohammed said. So said, Peter Obi, what you are doing together with your vice is treasonable. Right.
So I think it's time the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, redress this whole thing, starting from the recording, the purported recording or the alleged recording, you understand, to this treasonable comments made by the Minister for Information and Communication, right? So I think it's high time he comes out and address this whole issue.
Communication.
Information and culture. So I think it's right time Obi comes out and address this issue, so it doesn't keep going on and on and
so
on
you think
again.
It's time he came out to do that. But the thing is, he's actually responded.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, it's not actually every accusation that everyone has to respond to. Just so you know that. But moving forward,
this is really weighty,
All right. So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, just like Promise is saying, Peter Obi has described as unfortunate the claims made by the Information Minister Lai Mohammed accusing him of treason. In a series of tweets posted via his verified Twitter account today, Tuesday, Mr. Obi claimed that the ongoing efforts from some high quarters, unquote, to depict him in a negative light is completely malicious and fictitious. I'm going to read that tweet verbatim, word for word, so we understand. So the tweet started by saying, in the past few days, I have observed various campaigns of calumny directed at my person, with the latest being allegations attributed to the Information Minister, Lai Mohammed from Washington, D.C. It is most unfortunate that these consistent efforts to portray me quite contrary to what I am and my core values is coming from such high quarters. Minister Lai accusing me of stoking insurrection is totally malicious and fictitious. And the tweet further reads, I have never discussed or encouraged anyone to undermine the Nigerian state. I have never sponsored or preached any action against the Nigerian state. Those initiating these actions have increasingly used their official positions and agents to make false allegations against me. All right. I am on record, as always, advocating for peace and issue-based campaign and never campaigned based on ethnicity or religion. I am committed to due process and presently seeking redress in the court. I urge those engaged in this demarketing process to stop presenting Nigeria in such bad light. Our future generations deserve a new Nigeria where they can live a secure and decent life like their counterparts in other climes. That is what he said. He said it is possible. Signed P.O. Peter Obi. So it is from his verified Twitter handle. Now speaking
this
about
was really necessary.
Now speaking about reacting to the voice recording, I honestly do not think that he owes anyone that. I do not think that the president. I shouldn't have an opinion anyway because I'm a journalist.
No, you should.
But I do not think, because
right.
if I were in that position, I probably would not respond to anything. As a matter of fact, that was a breach of his privacy. There are laws guiding social media.
If it
there
were
are laws
true.
guiding communication.
If
it were true. There are laws guiding communication. See, if they begin to dig out our conversations on phones, no marriage will hold in Nigeria.
Probably dig out.
As husband and wife marriages, marriages will not hold in Nigeria if we begin to dig up conversations that we all have in private. Do you understand?
Or
they
probably dig out conversations between every party, that contested.
Do you understand? So
this election.
Anybody that thinks that whatever he said is too, difficult to swallow and it's too bitter, dig out. Let's verify your phone conversations for the past 3 years, and let's see if you haven't said worse things. That's just what
it just means we do not even have right to our privacy
exactly.
anymore.
So let's verify what you have been saying in private, because this was established or is established to be a private conversation. So for anyone who thinks that the Labour Party's presidential candidate owed them an explanation because of that conversation, let's begin to verify what all of those persons, everyone within the corridors of power, what they have said privately within the past 2 or 3 years. In fact, let's even do within the past 5 months, and let's see if 1 or 2, 3 of them have not said worse things.
I'm not sure would like to hear
exactly that. So that's why when people keep saying that, he owes people an apology, he doesn't owe, and I don't think he does owe anyone any apology or any explanation. People say a lot of things in private and it remains private, and he has never been known. I don't know. Well, let's keep that conversation to that. Lagos, phone lines are open before we begin to, have emotions rise up. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call, right? 0700 903 903 903. And the WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. What you are doing is treasonable. The federal government tells Peter Obi. I'd like you to respond to that. It says, this is treason. FG wants Peter Obi against fanning insurrection. And Peter Obi responds to that, and of course I did read out his response to you. Yes, we've also said that we also established what the minister said about the delay on the INEC upload of the presidential election into the IReV portal. As he said, INEC deliberately withheld uploading presidential election results on IReV. Like Mohammed said that. Lagos, let's begin to take your thoughts on your reactions. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oh yeah, we lost it already. 0700-903-903-903, the direct line to call. But the WhatsApp line, if you are watching on YouTube and you're in the diaspora and you'd like to chime in on the conversation, you can call us via our WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp number is 0700-903-903-9. 0700-903-903-9. That's the WhatsApp line, right? So you can call the WhatsApp line. The direct phone line is 0700-903-903-903. So let's see if I can visit some of my YouTube messages, because I have quite a number of them, but perhaps after this call. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Good evening. Good evening. All right, if you can hear me, please do what to call back. I appreciate if you can get us back. All right, so on YouTube here, Tracy Jacopine says the truth is coming out, so it wasn't technical glitches anymore. Okay, Tracy, Abi. Tracy, that thing you wrote there at the end, I cannot read it, Abi. People will know like this. You'll be setting me up. Okay, let me go to take my phone calls. Hello, good evening to you. I think I lost that call again. I'm just having a series of call drops here. Okay, back to YouTube messages. Henry Mining says things will still unfold. Let's just hold up and keep watching. That's what you said. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Precious and Promise.
Hi, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ifoma from Ejibo.
Ify, welcome. Good to hear from you.
I want to advise people, he should not be worried, okay? When the enemy shall rise like a flood, the Holy Spirit will raise the standard against him. It doesn't matter how many accusers people we have. The people that are accusing him, they should remember that they gave them a paper from our brothers, sponsors of Boko Haram in their cabinet. How many people have they arrested? Did they arrest MC Oluomo? Did they arrest all the people who have been talking and doing havoc?
Well, the police has said that you can bring your evidence for them to arrest MC Oluomo if you want to arrest them.
Okay, forget about that one. It doesn't concern me. We have already handed MC Oluomo to God. God is the one who see, no matter whatever anybody do, though hand join a hand, no wicked person shall go unpunished. That is the truth. No matter, he's in the cabinet of those who are in power. So let them cover up everything. At the appointed time, God will do whatever he will do. Please, I don't want you to be worried. Let them keep on talking. I know that man. There's nothing he has done. So they are trying to hinder him from going to the court. Let him continue to wait for the court. He's not a mastermind of any trouble. They want to shut him up. Please, Nigeria is too precious for somebody to rise up and speak lies and start on people's glory because of common leadership. So we are praying for the well-being of our nation. If you're a child of God, you know what you are doing. Don't be shaken. People will tell lies against you, just like they did to Jesus. So very soon we are going to do Easter. They spoke evil against him. They lied. But he did not, because of it, begin to abuse them. No. So the truth about everything must surely be revealed. Forget about whatever they are doing. I'm not shaking people like me. In this past election, we did not vote. But because what happened that we were placed where we passed, we could not transfer our card. It was late. So I know how far we have been fasting and praying and doing our vigil over these issues. Let God intervene. And I know very soon they are playing the timetable of God. I've been repeating this. At the appointable time, God will do whatever he will do. God bless your job.
Thank you so much. God bless you too. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Well, so moving on to more conversations on YouTube. Blackman says the sense of desperation of the ruling is becoming beyond disgusting. The level at which senior adults are destroying Nigeria with their actions and utterances has passed mediocrity. Ew, all this big grammar. Tracy, be laughing, no, be laughing. Be laughing, no, you're laughing now. You come and send me a message I cannot read. Wigwe Elijah says, good evening, everyone in the studio. Please, is our private conversation safe or are our private conversations safe? I don't know. Emmanuel N says, real-time uploading to IReV was what INEC promoted to gain our trust. It's only fair to look at Obi's petition objectively. That's what he said. Let's go back to the phone lines, Lagos. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes, good evening to you.
Good evening, ma.
Thank you. What's your name?
I love your job.
I love you.
My
too.
name is Mary.
Mary, you're welcome. Where are you calling from, Mary?
I'm from Malimoshe.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you, Mary.
Concerning what the Minister of, I don't know, Mr. Lyman.
Minister of Information and Culture.
You know, say sometimes name always speak for somebody.
Madam,
So I don't.
If you go that direction, I will come at you.
Okay.
Thank
So I'm
you.
not surprised. Concerning Mr. Obi, we know when God is with you, nobody can be against you. I want to advise him he should continue pressing on that court case. Because God is with him. He said, on this rock I will build my church. On Mr. Obi, God is going to build this nation. No matter what the devil do, no matter what they say, no matter anything they do concerning him, we should keep on moving. It's unshakable. That is what I want to say to him as an advice to him.
Thank you.
But concerning Nigeria, I know God is going to raise Nigeria again. No matter what our leaders do, God is going to hear the cry of a woman and the cry of a young youth that are ready for this nation to be built. And I pray, may God help Nigeria. One Nigeria with oneness, we will move on. And with oneness, we will conquer the evil in this land. So shall it be. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling us. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Hello, good evening. I like how religious we are. We love God. We pray a lot. Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. May I know who, please?
Oh yeah, I'm AY. Come from Maryland.
AY, you guys are dealing with Trump now. What is happening? And you have the mind to be calling me.
Oh yeah, that's gladdening my heart when I saw it.
Why
I was so happy when I saw that.
Why?
Oh wow, because there's accountability, my Madam Precious. Accountability makes me happy. It shows you cannot just do anything and get away with it. I was beginning to think this is not a country. It's for real. Like,
so, AY, do you think such thing can replicate in Nigeria? Do you think Nigeria can replicate such things?
Listen, our problem is the institutions. We just need strong institutions that are stronger than ordinary men. The institutions need to be stronger than the man. That's the problem. See, in Trump, don't get me wrong, he corrupted so many people, but he could not corrupt everybody because the institution will not allow it. For example, when he called Raffensperger in Atlanta, Georgia, He told him straight to his face, I cannot do that. He told him, because the Secretary of State of Georgia, if it is any election and trouble or any action, anything that happens to the election is his portfolio. So if he cheats, nobody else will go to jail than him. So he's not going to go to jail for Trump. So that's why I was happy. But I'm going to move on to our Minister of Disinformation.
Why? You know.
Language.
Please, your language. Thank you.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. It was a slip of tongue.
How
sorry.
innocent you are.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What's it called? This man, he took our money, our resources to go to another land to espouse propaganda. We have a serious problem in Nigeria. Minister Lai Mohammed went to wherever he went in the United States and said this was the freest and fairest election in the history of our country. Adults, please come and look at our adults in Nigeria. In the month of Ramadan, Yoruba people say wala. There's big problem. Lai Mohammed can come in front of everybody and be that dishonest. So they're not even coordinating their propaganda anymore. Mahmoud on the 25th.
So why would you think that the election wasn't, the freest and fairest from his perspective? Opinions differ, perspectives differ too. Shouldn't one have right to their perspective?
That's a very good question. I like you got to balance it. That's a very good question. There are these things called guidelines and laws that the INEC chairman released. He went on multiple interviews, I believe it was 15 or more, where he espoused in step-by format how the rule of the game will be played. And he broke his own law. So when you break the law, when you break it, if the game is flawed from the beginning, if the umpire has been corrupted from the beginning, everything that flows from that is what we call the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Did you hear when the Minister for Communications, Digital Communication, had mentioned that the IReV portal witnessed millions, over 82 million, I think, attacks within the election cycle? And it's not far from what Mohammed is saying. It's also not far from what the Minister for Information is saying. That it's because of cyber attacks, they withheld the upload of the presidential election specifically to avoid infiltration.
That's factually incorrect. Do you know why I know that's factually incorrect? There's a website that keeps track of every cyber attack. I don't know off the top of my head, but go to said website. Go on that day, it will show you the amount of threats that were on that day on that particular website. Mr. Lai Mohammed is being dishonest. In fact, I'll go further to say he's lying.
It was Issa Pantami that said that, please. Let's differentiate. He's in Minister of Communication. So yes, he's the one that said that he experienced millions of attacks.
That's a lie. That's factually incorrect. You can right as I'm talking to you, the website is right there. You can Google it and it will tell you the amount of cyber threats on a particular website on a particular day. I am not making
Why not Google and tell us? Because it will not come from me.
Oh, I'm actually, you're not going to believe me, but I'm actually working right now.
Okay, it's okay. Then it's fine. Then let's let it slide. That means you have to believe them. Their information is what is in the open.
Oh, no. You can't how on the 25th, Mr. Yakub said there was no cyber crime. There was no hacking. He said it was only a glitch.
It was on the 26th that was said.
Yeah, the 26th. I'm correct. Now, today, Minister Lai Mohammed is coming to tell us it was intentional that it was not uploaded. So which is it? Was it intentional and there was cyber attacks? Or was it just a glitch and everything was going to be sorted out at a later date? See, when you cannot rule a quote-unquote country with propaganda, you have to work too hard. You don't have the amount of resources. Nigeria cannot do it. Propaganda will always implode on itself because in its foundation, it makes no sense. Because you cannot.
So that report actually states about 12.99 million cyber attacks, not 80 million. I had to research. He said it was about 12.9 million attacks.
I'll find that information and I'll send it to you. I will send it to you so you can see that information is incorrect.
And I will read it as your message.
Yes, I will. Any computer expert will tell you that is simply, it is not. Come on, this is not the Bank of Brazil or the Bank of China. We're talking about that getting that kind of cyber attacks in one day. It's a lie. It's a lie. I'm into computer program. It's a lie. I'll find out that information on that particular day now. It's the 25th of February.
Can you move on now? What's your point exactly?
Mr. Lai Mohammed went to United States for propaganda. The protest we had yesterday. The protest we had yesterday. Everybody saw the protest. The world saw the protest, and the points of the protest were articulated.
Oh, but by the way, did you see Festus Keyamo's response or reaction to your protest?
Oh, I saw it. Listen, the book of Festus Keyamo has been written. The man lost 19 or 23 cases with EFCC. He's not a serious man. Like, people stop. Imagine somebody losing 19 or 23 documentary evidentiary cases. It's almost like he was playing for the other side. So the book of Festus Keyamo has been written. I don't want to talk about unserious people. That is not a serious man. Wow. He's the Minister of Labor. When was the last tweet he tweeted about the labor? Do you know the labor numbers that I'm talking to you, ma'am? Do you know the labor numbers? What's the unemployment rate? Buhari, please tell us the unemployment rate in our country. The Minister of Labor tweeting up and down. When was the last tweet about unemployment numbers?
Focus now. Focus on your discussion so that we'll let you go so others can jump in.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
When I think about things like this, we have serious problems, ma.
I understand.
We have serious problems.
I understand.
3 generations of problems staring us in the face. We have not even started dissecting it. We have men going to... Have a good day, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. You do have a good day too. Thank you for joining us. Hi, hello, Lagos. Good evening to you.
Good evening,
Yes, so who they call me like this?
This is Engineer Felix.
Engineer Felix, you're welcome. Good evening and welcome.
Well done. Okay.
Right. Jumping, let's hear.
Okay, I don't know why some people that have been sleeping are just waking up. It has been long we hear some people's comments, and are just waking up saying one thing or the other. But I want to ask them, after the election, they say go to court. And Nigeria is on their way to court. And they are coming out to make so many ways. I can call this threat.
Did you see the full text, or did you listen to the full text of what the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, said? He said the real way to address such issues is in court. And then in the same breath, you do not also incite people against the state whilst you're also pursuing your case in courts.
Okay, let me ask, who is inciting people now?
He said Peter Obi and his deputy.
How?
And his vice.
How?
By making comments that if the president-elect is inaugurated or sworn in on the 29th of May, that will be the end of democracy. That's treasonable.
Okay. Let me ask you. When matter is in court, when matter is in court, everything will be on hold.
You keep quiet now. Let court decide your case now.
No, when matter. This is a presidential matter. When it's in court, you don't hand over. Court should do everything possible to end their case before handing over. And that is the proper thing. Yeah, that is the proper thing to do. You cannot tell me that INEC told us beavers will work, and the INEC said beavers could not work. And we see beavers did not work. That is number one failure to cancel the election entirely. That is the number one.
Did you not hear what I read that the Minister for Information said? He said it's because of the cyber attacks. So INEC deliberately, intentionally
INEC told us
did not upload
INEC
it.
told us. INEC told us that they cannot hack into their system.
That was INEC. Now the minister is saying, do you know if the minister has an inside information as a minister of the Federal Republic?
Okay, now we know
minister of information that meaning that he's the one in charge of everything concerning information in this country. So you cannot fault him.
Thank you very much. As him as the minister know that someone hacked into it. That is the main reason why they should stop the election.
How?
Yes. As him is a minister, he know and he got information that some people hack. They will have come out and say election is cancelled because the thing is being hacked. Am I saying the lie?
I don't know.
No, yes. So because if a minister, if he confirm, really, if he confirm that he had an information that the Beavers was hacked, that means there was no election. We need to redo new election. Then if the Beavers is not hacked, INEC should provide us all the information in the Beaver according to all the voters registered all over the places, and the IReV provide it in the court. Not then coming, they are the ones. See, these people are looking for fight. They are looking something they will say. People will come at. We are not fighting. Nobody will fight.
See, when it comes to this registration,
nobody will fight.
No war, no nothing, please.
Nobody will fight.
Violence.
We are not going to even protest in the streets because if we do, they know what to do. So we are just watching them. They don't know the game they are playing. They know games, but they know that game past games. This time, they're around of coming to street, shouting, hey, no. Then some people will come to street, they will do one thing and make a decree, say nobody should protest again, nobody should say anything anywhere, do this and that, then pass. But they, you know, when you are dealing with somebody, the person is not talking. Okay. That person is dangerous.
Thank you. Can I let you go?
So they are very, very afraid. Come again.
We need to let you go now so that we can take more calls. Now you've spoken for about 5 minutes.
Okay. So just give me some seconds about what they say. Audio record, audio recording. I can edit. I do edit.
Okay.
Even the people who did that are not even professional at all. It was something that bring and bring. Let us pray. So if I call you on phone now, pray. What the next thing will tell me, say, let us pray.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
I bet ladies sit down. Well done, Joe. God bless you.
All right, hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, this is Leo calling from Dallas,
good
Texas.
Evening. Apologies for keeping you waiting, please. Good evening and welcome. Good afternoon there.
I've been seeing people have been asking you guys, this afternoon. I see people have been asking if you are twins.
Is it the matter we're discussing now? That's not up for discussion. We're discussing Nigeria matters.
That's fine. That's fine, but you two are public figures, so people have the right to ask questions. So
no, we're not. We cannot be twins. Does that answer your question?
They will have to go to court to find out. If they want to find out, they should go to court.
Matter at hand, though, this is not a laughing matter. These are very serious times in Nigeria. Let's be serious about what is going on. And when people we call parents or we look at them at like senior citizens and the whole positions of power come out and tell stories that do not corroborate with the stories that have been said by other agencies that they have individuals appointed to manage. INEC said something else in the beginning when all this started without doing their due diligence to investigate, to give out the proper information. And then today, the Minister of Information and Culture is saying something else about it because they don't match up. When you talk about cyber attack, I mean, these Nigerians are one of those in the industry within Africa who are so learned and who are so invested in technology outside Nigeria. That's why you see people who call you and tell you that that is a fallacy. That if no matter systems will run regardless of cyber attack, that particular server was not the only server that was. If at all there were attacks on that server, that particular server is not the only server on earth that is being attacked at the same at that particular moment when you need to upload results from the Beavers to the IReV portal. There were other results were being uploaded. So are they saying that at this particular time of after post-election, they are still not those machines are still not being attacked? Every machine, every server, there are malicious people out there who attack. Those are conditions that INEC should put in place and should know. Given the amount of money they spent, that story should not even be a story. It should not even come up. They should find better reasons to put out there rather than saying that there were attacks. That's why they deliberately deliberately. But they say, oh, it was something else. It were glitches. But now the minister is saying that deliberately. I don't know where Nigeria is going. What the example Nigeria is setting as the giant of Africa, other countries are copying. What are the other? If tomorrow Nigeria is standing and they want to say something, they say, my friend, go and look at yours.
Is there any democracy that is really perfect?
To your own nation?
Is there any democracy that is perfect?
Okay, every time they want to say something. Today I was watching one senator from, I think from Niger East, was talking about America. No one in Nigeria should compare the elections of Nigeria to that of America, because America would take their time and do forensics and put everything in the open. If Donald Trump was going around saying that his mandate was stolen, and he has no evidence, and the office of the Secretary of State for Georgia, let's use Georgia as an example. The office of the Secretary of State for Georgia did not withheld evidence or did not deny that I will not give certified to copy. Those results were recounted. So that is different. That is transparency. And remember, in America, the people who most often are media houses, because they tally these things. So there's check, there's another check on this information. There's investigative journalism. I understand in America that NBC has put in all kinds of roadblocks for individuals like you people not to be able to speak.
In America?
In Nigeria, rather.
Nigeria.
No, in Nigeria, you guys have been blocked. You guys don't have the liberty to speak freely. It's a different thing in America. People can go on. I mean, listen to the things that Donald Trump spoke. No one held him. No one. They only said he said I can go on Fifth Street in New York and shoot somebody and people will still vote for me. That is freedom of. That's what you call freedom of speech. Is it morally correct? No, it's wrong. But let's come back to Nigeria. There are individuals saying all kinds of things in the ruling party, but none of them are being held accountable. So we should not be playing the game of you are my person, no matter what you do, even if it's wrong, I'll sit back you. But the other person, no matter what, even if he's doing right, we can. Where is Nigeria going through? Where is Nigeria going to? It's annoying. A lot. This is more annoying than the election they did. This kind of information is more annoying. This is what is gonna incite more anger in Nigeria.
I appreciate you. Would that be
tell the truth rather than lie? I'm sorry. Yes, that's it. I'm done. I have a wonderful time. Better mommy picking them.
Thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hi, my own P Square, Precious and Co. I greet you.
Oshe.
Hello.
We don't blow. We don't blow.
Like P Square.
You're welcome. Yeah, like P Square. P Square, like P Square.
Mega blow. Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome. Let's know you, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah. My name is Frank. I'm calling from Jakarta.
Frank, you're welcome.
I want to talk Yeah, I want to talk about like Mohammed and his utterances. The point is, I think we waste our time a lot. We spend time discussing things that are irrelevant. Like these are not. I think we're also guilty of this. Like Mohammed is coming to tell us which IT knowledge he get. I'm sure like Mohammed cannot operate it.
He is the Minister of Information. Are you mistaking that?
Wait. Look. He's dishing out information.
Meaning that there is nothing that has to do with any piece of information in Nigeria that he shouldn't be privy of. That's what it means.
Mr. Information Minister, I greet you.
That's what it means.
I greet him, Mr. Information Minister. Now,
do you understand now why you shouldn't take
I understand clearly.
For granted?
Okay, all right. Now let's look at the crux. Let's look at the crux of the matter.
Okay.
So here he is telling us that whatever was attacked or was under attack. Mr. Information Minister, how did you get this information? What is the source? How did you know who attacked? What have you done about those that attacked? What are you doing? So
even the Minister for Communication himself, even the Minister for Communication did accept and said that the INEC, in fact, the election period witnessed over 12.99 million
almost
attacks.
13 million.
Almost 13 million attacks. So this may not be too far from what like Mohammed has said.
Again, listen. Let's not delve. I don't want to go into this rabbit hole with what these guys are saying because it's leading to nowhere. I don't want to dwell on whatever they're saying. They are conflicting. They are not going to give us any results. The INEC itself, their spokesperson came to say that, look, we don't have technical issues. Why we did not upload this thing was because, we had glitches.
Exactly.
Now,
that was the day after the election. Yes.
Yeah, and we are cool. Now, person that is not technical savvy is telling us, it will. Again, I don't want to be listening to these people.
Remember that this information is now coming days after the election. So probably they've gone back to do their maths and they now realize that, maybe.
This come on. Please, just tell me you're speaking for these people. Just tell me you're speaking for them. Because I don't understand what we're doing here again.
No. I'm just asking questions and bringing out loopholes and
let us ask
I'm doing my job.
The first thing I said is, the first thing I said when I made this call was, let us address the main issue. Let us focus on major issues that will yield results. And let's let these guys, take us into this rabbit hole and this merry-go-round. We are here go around in circles. Look, it's obvious. We can see it. The body in charge is saying, look, we are cool. We just had glitches. I don't believe them. That is the INEC. I don't believe them. As a matter of fact, weeks after the election, I was checking my village result. It was not, uploaded in the IReV.
So now you don't believe INEC. Now you don't believe INEC. You don't also believe the minister. So who do you now believe?
Now, this is how.
Are you a non-believer?
This is where. Oh, come on, pressure happens here.
That was on the light side.
Politicians.
That was on the light side. It's okay.
I understand. Yeah, these are politicians doing what they know how to do best. You mentioned, I'm following up also on Trump. All those things happening. He's going in Manhattan court, and these are political dramas. At the end of the day, he will come out successful. This is what they know how to do.
I hope he makes it to contest for the primaries in 4 months or thereabouts. Anyway, now we're talking Trump.
Distracts, raise things up. I think a politician said they don't even believe what they say. They find it so surprising that people believe what they say. They themselves, they don't even believe it. Look, Precious,
sir?
Make I tell you something. Make I talk and speech in a beg, but then I go understand. We have a 75 trillion debt that we don't know how we will pay. That is a fact facing us. Leave these people. We have a 75 trillion debt that we don't know. We don't have an idea. There's no revenue. How we will pay it. See, we have 130 million. Now they bring out this figure: 130 million multi-dimensional.
133 million. An additional 5 million added in December. So that's about 138 million people.
Oh, good. Listen, let me just stay with these two figures, with these two facts. They should be on the front burner every day. That is what we should be hitting and be talking about every day. Nobody should talk. Nobody should release any album. Nobody should marry. Nobody should. In fact, no. Leave your girlfriend. Don't talk about your
So I should not sleep
Valentine.
with my
Nothing.
husband. I should not do anything.
We shouldn't exist.
No,
should
why
not
are you
exist.
sleeping? There's
We
no
should stop
peace. You're
breathing.
sleeping. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. There's no peace. You're sleeping under heat.
Frank is
No. See. Una day here they laugh. This is not a laughing matter. Look,
It is not,
on a more
honestly.
serious note.
I do understand.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
on a
know
more
what?
serious note.
You're
That
in
is why I
Jakarta.
said
I am here in Nigeria. You don't know the number of urgent 5Ks I have to send across board. Urgent 10Ks I have to send across board almost every day of my life. And especially because they perceive that you may be doing well. So they rely on you. In fact, it becomes your duty to do that.
And the
So
number of times
we don't-
Nigeria happens to people living
around
here.
you, and you have to help out. So you don't think that you're more empathic to the situation than I am. Do you understand? I feel it. I'm here.
Clearly, I get you, and I appreciate what you're doing. And in fact, I spoke to my dad some minutes ago. I said, look, Nigerians are not superhuman. You guys, I don't even know how you guys survive. I really don't know
So
how you
you know
guys
the level
survive.
of information I
You guys
assimilate
are
every day and
superheroes.
still have sanity for the kind of job I do. So it could really be crazy. But we have to do what we have to do.
Again, back to reality. Look, with these informations, there is nothing. I hear people say, "Oh, Nigeria sit on the keg of gunpowder, blah blah blah." There are going to be consequences. There are definitely going to be consequences. You don't have that number of poor people, that kind of debt, kind of issues, and you think everything's going to be cool.
And we keep borrowing
there are
more
going to
every
be
day. Every day we keep borrowing more money.
there are definitely. What we should be talking about is how to take care of these issues. Like again, that's why I don't want to talk about Lai Mohammed. These guys, they think they're taking care of themselves. Look, when it happens, everybody, I'm telling you, everybody will be affected. It is so. Look, let me tell you something. Let me just quickly say this. Why Nigerians have been eating, why you have been, you're sending this money even though everything is not, is because one of the things that kept Nigerians aback are like, okay, let me go through the electoral period. Maybe I'll be able to change who's the leader and thereby change my situation. The election still came and failed them. Why Nigerians have been tolerating and been keeping quiet for like 3-4 years and things have been hard. I spoke with a friend of mine when I left Nigeria. After hanging out with friends, after we done booze, I stopped at the roadside. I buy 2 Indomie and 1 egg. 110 naira.
And you pay me for advert when we're done with this.
Okay.
It's okay.
Food. 120, I can eat something after drinking. I heard now for me to do that, I'll be spending like 500.
Absolutely.
How do you guys
actually,
survive?
one pack of noodles is actually the 150 thereabout now. So
just imagine, and this is the lowest of the lowest. How do they look? There are depth, and why they have kept quiet all this while is because let's vote and maybe change the leader, and thereby now they could not even change anything. There's going to be consequence. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Look, I wish the president-elect the best. I really, honestly, from the depth of my heart, I didn't vote for him, I didn't support him, but I wish him the best because look, we have real issues every day. Again, tell your boyfriend, your fiance, everybody, 130 million people. How do we reduce it to at least 50?
Is that level that is eating me up?
So I hope you go there with
stop
us.
breathing. You today where you did.
Are you going to tarry with us?
Not do anything.
No selling of Ashwebi again.
So you two, please ensure that you stop breathing until everybody comes out of poverty. Frank, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you calling in.
Nice talking with you guys.
It was nice to hear from you too. All right, so let me visit YouTube where I'm facing a lot of buzzballs here. So I have quite a lot of reactions on YouTube. Thank you so much. Where do I start from now? I did not bargain for this now. All right. What's going on here? Waigwe says, good evening, everyone in the studio. Okay. Emmanuel says, real time uploading. Okay. Waigwe Elijah says, innocent from Abuja. Our network operators should be careful. Benson 08 says, INEC. Tracy Jacobing, the color is a real G. Okay. And on Fane says Nigeria defies all logic. Alex Morgan says it's a game. Everyone know that politics is a dirty game. Now is a propaganda against propaganda. Emmanuel Jesus says this caller is listening to the mainstream media. Tracy Jacobing says, "Na really Minister Lai Mohammed. Are you twins? No, we're not." Wingwe Elijah says, "From innocent Abuja, Nigeria truly needs a different mental set in governance now." All right. Emmanuel then further says, "This is beyond Trump way. Obama did more terrible things than Donald Trump. The caller is dull." Okay, talking about the reacting to Donald Trump's situation. Mark F. Gabriel says, "Good evening, children of God. I greet you special. I'm sad for my country, Nigeria. Why can't we do the right thing? We put our trust in hands of our leaders, but they betray us. Please help us in Nigeria." Josephine Orji says, CM, the problem is you find people in diaspora here still clamoring for the president-elect. Why won't they? ADOB says, you know she is Tinubu people. She is protecting where she is working. That is me. I am pro Tinubu. Amazing. Great. Authentic Authen says, mainstream media, why are you not truthful? Listen to yourself. Talking to us. Okay. Markev Gabriel says, Minister of Information should respect his office and respect himself. And INEC told Nigerians that what is going to happen on the election day, if not, the election will be cancelled. So why can't they fulfill that? Wonder B says APC just responded, exposed themselves, and now they became a suspect. Sunday Carlos says, like Mohammed and INEC didn't know what they asked. Okay. Irene says, Sebastian says, the organizer of this program is highly sentimental. Wait. Irene, okay. All right. Samuel Onang says, precious beauty. How an obedient that shirt on you. You look obedient. Are you serious? 14 million. Okay. Well, thank you so much. You see, you're precious. You're quite sarcastic. I really, all of this accolade. That is the drag me this side. They drag me this side. I like that. Okay. Sunday Carlos says, Nigeria, Russia, or USA or China, please tell me. Check any country this world that can have 14 million one day. Okay, that is 14 million attacks one day. They're talking about the threats. Pressures, stop. Okay, pressure, stop triggering your callers. If you want to play devil's advocate, be objective. Okay, Samuel. Okay, Precious. We want a Nigeria with a smart leader like Peter Obi. Precious, where is our president-elect? In London and Paris? We never start or already. They don't. What kind of? Well, you said something about traveling already. 300 billion naira gone down the drain. Talking about the money, the budget for the election. And Elsie Adams says, Precious, I like you, but I don't see equal presentations here. Did not upload the presidential results to the IReV portal. And he said that was because there were lots of cyber attacks and he did not upload so that the results will not be interfered with. That's basically what he said. Let's take your calls now. Hello, good evening. Hello.
On a good evening, a double P.
Hello. Good evening. Naidu, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Precious Pantamila Mohammed.
Precious Pantamila Mohammed. So every day now they give me surnames. Thank you so much, Naidu. Any name you call me, I go take away my full chest. Go ahead, let's hear you.
You see the country we are running to and the country we call our home. I don't know what to say. It's the same story every day. No matter what the topic says, it's always around the same table. Different topic, but the whole discussion is always around one table. The table of corruption, impunity, and those who want to incite fear to his own citizens so that they will never come out to say this is bad. To a government who also try to put fear in the media houses. They are trying to shut up media houses up. I'm seeing it. We are seeing it. We are watching them. Giving fine up and down where there is live broadcasting. We are watching them. No matter what topic you people bring, it's the same thing. I bet tell that guy will say more will not do anything. Say people will cause the problem they do, and we go do our own. How can you tell me I not touch my wife because Nigeria is in pain? People will cause the pain. President-elect is in France, communicating from us, and they say he is selecting his cabinet in abroad. Governors are leaving their duties. They are flying to France, to London, like people are flying. They are like people are flying from Lagos to Abuja. You know they had them again. 6 hours they don't go. 6 hours they don't come. You hear say you don't go, but you don't come back. So we are in trouble. The other one said there was attack. You know, there is one thing Nigeria didn't notice. When the presidential election collection in Abuja, first of all, it wasn't uploaded in IReV, they told us. But when they were calling the results, anywhere there were, or the number didn't correspond, the manhood, what be name again? What be that your daddy name? Will said this didn't correspond with what I have here. He is seeing everything in his system. So why is Nigeria not seeing it? He will tell the return officer, go and correct it. They will go and correct it and come back. Oh my God. It's just like I don't know, even in primary school, we don't have such. Just like a child's play. We don't have such. Where are we going to? Where are we heading to? This is only my problem. Where are we heading to? Can someone answer me this? Where are we heading to? Huh? This country is something else. And to those criticizing, I saw what people are writing on YouTube. So,
thank you.
Precious is doing her job professionally.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's okay. I appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. So, all right, somewhere in the news, I also like to let you know an update. So, an All Progressive Congress chieftain and a special advisor to Lagos State Governor on drainages, Joe Igbokwe, today, Tuesday, reacting to P2B's response to the Minister for Information's, talk about treason, had said that, well, P2B just skirted around other issues and refused to touch on the issue of the audio. He said he heard from another source, somewhere from the grapevine, that another audio that is very embarrassing is also coming.
Wow.
So more like brace yourself, because another embarrassing audio on P2B is coming out soon. Like a new release, another banger. All right, Lagos, let's take your call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Precious.
Good evening, thank you for joining us.
And to your able producer.
Good evening, welcome.
Thank you. I just want to contribute on the. I'm Mr. Silas from KJJ.
Silas, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just tuned in. I heard you saying that Mr. Lai Mohammed said that the reason why they did not upload the result is because of cyber attack, right?
Yes.
Why did he wait this time before we now come out with that information? Because I think there was enough assurance that no one can attack the INEC portal, right? So you see, that's from my own understanding. I believe that they just purposely shut down that. Section of that area, because if the other two can work, there's nothing preventing the third one not to work. So they just purposely shut down that side, the way they partition it. So you're just trying to play on the mind of people. Let's see how it goes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, then.
Have a nice day.
All right, so let me go to WhatsApp a little bit. Gosh, Emperor says, apparently it's totally malicious and fictitious comment by APC propagandists. Full stop. The action and inaction of NCO Lomo and APC thugs are treasonable. If we had a legally true and normal democratically elected president, all these their shenanigans wouldn't be in the public domain. When the current president Buhari won, was it how he won it, even though he came and economically. Okay, thank you, Emperor. I appreciate it. You like the way I read the message. I'll be reading messages that I can be sending messages that I can read. I beg you. All right. So this says, good evening, Precious. In a certain climb, when someone says what is not okay, when someone says what is not radio friendly, they cut them off immediately. But in your station, you pet them, allow them to continue. Tomorrow they will say the same thing, knowing fully well they will get away with it. Hope you will change in your station. Tunde from Ijego. You see, the way I read this your own too now, Shebi, you like it. So you know that we run free and fair election in this place. All right, moving on. Double P, good evening. You see all these accusations and attacks from left, right, center, back and forth, in the middle, about P2B by APC's government boils down to one thing, and that's that the most Nigerians voted for P2B and their president. They really won the election. P2B really won the election. All right, this is summary. Thanks, Babbage sent in that message, but he was number 3 though by the results. Uche from Olodia Papa says, good evening, Precious, and my baby. Promise. Now someone's baby. All right.
Are you serious?
Okay. The problem with the problem with us Africa in particular is this religious antecedents projected to perpetually blind our legs. Bind our legs rather. Hands and head together upside down. What is happening in Nigeria today is one of the reasons why P2B came on board to contest the presidential election. Remember, US and EU have described it as falling short of reasonable, acceptable standard, and as such have refused to congratulate the person, the president-elect. What these people want to do is to distract us from discussing the evil they used INEC to perpetrate on the 18th of March. They can't and will never cow Nigerians anymore with the falsehood. Uche from Olodia Papa sent in that message. Uche, I appreciate your message. Thank you so immensely. Yes, that's about that. Going back to the phone lines now. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right. Hello, good evening. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700-903-903-903 and 0700-903-9039. That's the number to call. Well, I totally forgot we're supposed to have a step down segment today. Okay, so we'll be taking a break after 2 calls and then we introduce a step down segment. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, a very good evening. Thank you. Welcome. Help me now. Quench it. The voice of your volume on your radio, eh? Hello? Have you done that?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Right,
I put down the volume for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Anyway, these people, they know what they are doing. You understand? During the election, so many of the APC thugs, they came out and they were threatening people in the polling units, and nobody came out to say anything. So just a phone conversation now. They are trying to blackmail Nigerians. You understand? Which we are not going to accept this time around. They know what they are doing. You understand? It's the same game they've been playing. They still want to continue with the game. We will not accept it this time around. So they know that this time around the thing don't choke for their neck. So they just define excuse. Make I switch to pidgin instead where they speak English. The thing don't choke for their neck. They don't know what they want to do like this. So they just look for 1 or 2 excuses. So I'm not seeing any matter for what they talk. Now nonsense, none of they talk. You get so the most expensive election head in the whole world. Yet they say they are server do this one, that one, do that one.
It's not the most expensive election. Do you know how much the US spent in the election? Why you do
that's what I heard. Now what I hear.
You heard. Now do your research now. You go do research, may you balance them now.
But that money when they take do this election, not be small money.
But you know, people never do. We don't spend money. We pass like that. So now people they spend money.
You know, we spend billions of money to run this particular election.
I know talking and lie. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me jump on this last call. All right, Lagos. All right, so before we go to our step down segment, Justice. Hello, good evening.
Hello, beautiful, precious, and great producer that have a wonderful product.
Hailing us.
I am now the
product is
product
good.
of the producer. All right, go ahead.
Hey, how do you put it? Okay, sorry, I joined the conversation late because I
right.
was waiting for the right time. The right time was, the start system. I joined you 7, but as at 7, we were still running some adverts. So I had to log off and go. Okay, one or two things. One is one of the conversation I heard the people were saying was the one of lying Mohammed. Saying that they purposely shut down this thing. They could not, so they proposing to upload. Means that all the guarantee they gave us when they were asking for the money, it means that they are contradicting themselves. And for there was this thing you just said, that the breaking news, you said Joey Bokwe and one
said
other
there
person
may
said
be that he heard that there's another embarrassing audio coming up.
Yes, we're even waiting for sex tape so that, and the more they keep bringing it, the more we'll keep following. The more they keep bringing it. This is a propaganda we know now. I was writing on the tweet that I said, we are waiting for the worst. It is when we lose faith in the man, that is when the news will be bad. You have faith in someone. When you believe in someone, when you believe in your mentor, when you believe in somebody that is telling you something that you are following, you can't go back. You can't go back. So it is all fallacy. It is all distraction. We are not moved. We are not perturbed. So all these things, they will keep doing it until I think they are even making a mistake, because all they want to do is even to make a particular prophecy to come to pass. Because when you do it, and at the end of the day, you now put the allegation, okay, treason. At the end of the day, you now create the same incitement you are dodging. You have not created it, so it is this thing. It is fallacy to me. So we are expecting more. We said we are expecting more. We have been waiting that more will come out.
All right.
Thank you. So it is not an issue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, Lagos, let's quickly move to our step down conversation. Apologies that I had to start the step down very, very late. So, we have just about 20 minutes to, dig into the step down conversation. So guess what? On our step down conversation, I'm going to take a tweet by one Twitter handle at Segio Rocks, right? Or Instagram handle at Segio Rocks. So he did post a comment that was made and how somebody refused a job offer for a certain reason. And I'm going to give it. So he said, the software engineer I interviewed last Friday messaged me to drop from the process. He refused to work with women. And the email reads, "Hi, Sergio. I guess one of the developers is a woman. According to my religious beliefs, I prefer not to work with female teammates. Thanks and nice to meet you." So he further went on to say that I'm hiring 2 back-end engineers for a startup client. So I've interviewed a few candidates last week. Now, this particular one that declined the job after he was picked, had solid technical skills, and the interview was positive. Next up would be a follow-up interview with the tech leads, one of which is a woman, right? Having managed remote teams for the last 7 years, I've worked with colleagues in 40 different countries, or 40 plus different countries, from different cultures, religions, and beliefs. Still, this was the first for me. I'm still shocked that a candidate refused to work in a team. Just believe, not just I said, my religious belief does not permit me, more like
abhors working with women. So I think, some people in some religion, it's kind of a sin to look at a woman or to sit close to a woman or to take something from a woman who isn't your wife or relation, or a relation. Probably that's where this person is coming from.
And more or less taking an instruction from a woman.
Yes. So as long as it has nothing to do with your family or your wife, you don't have to look at a woman. You don't have to sit in the same space with a woman and all of that. It is considered a sin.
So can you do that? Can you do that?
Me, I'm not a man. I'm not a guy anyway.
So if you share that kind of religion, would you?
People hold their religion strongly. Do you understand? So I'm not even going to blame anyone or fault anyone for their decisions. No.
All right, Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's dive into this conversation. Let's get to find out from you. What can you not handle in a place of work? as a result of your religion or because of your religious beliefs? I'd like to hear from you. Let's learn
your
from
yesterday's story, you talked about slapping someone in a working environment or something like that.
Oh yes. So the guy is in the UK and said I think he works in a mental health facility, and I think one of the patients slapped him.
Oh.
And his friend is telling him, you should have dropped out of the job. You should seek redress. You should do this. If it's me, I cannot take that bullshit. I cannot take that kind of rubbish, because of how can somebody insult me
So
like
people
that?
in mental health have this orientation already. He should know. He should be able
so
to
the guy
know that
said for
things like that could come up, things like that could happen. It's one of the hazards in their jobs anyway.
So the guy said for a £35 per hour job, and you want me to drop because of slap?
I think I would turn the other face. Slap me.
Exactly what he said. He said,
I'm going to turn the other face for you.
Slap you and
I'm
want you to
telling
turn the
you.
other chin. All right, Lagos, that's not our discussion this evening. Our discussion is on what you cannot take as a result of your religious belief. Let's hear
So
from you.
this person doesn't want to work with a woman.
All right, phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp is 0700 903 9039. Let's hear from you. Yes, so.
Engineer Felix.
Engineer Felix, you're back. Tell me. What can you not It's not tolerate now, it tolerates. What can you not tolerate because of your religious belief? Tell me.
Let's take it serious. Once you come to a religious matter, it's that person and God he believe on. There is some people, women don't cook for them. You know that?
I don't know. You're telling me.
You just said that.
No, I'm just telling you. Maybe you have heard that, or
women don't cook. Even their wives. Women, even their wives don't cook for them.
Your line is breaking up. It's not clear. I wish it was clear so we can hear this. Your gist.
Wow.
It's not. It's actually singing. It's like it's humming. Can you cut and call me back, please? I really would love to hear this. Your gist. Biko, call me sharp. So some people, women, like you cannot eat something that is cooked by a woman. Oh wow.
Even their wives.
Interesting. I understand that.
That's
I understand that. Very interesting. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Simeon. I'm calling from Okofa.
Simeon, you're welcome. Go ahead. What can you not take because of your religious belief?
I'm a first caller.
Welcome to the
give
show.
me my...
Hello?
I did ring bell for you now, brother.
Can you hear me?
Very well. I can.
Oh, okay, I cannot hear you.
I can hear you. I was ringing bell for you.
I'm following up with your conversation,
right.
And this is a very interesting one.
Thank you.
Actually, the man that declined the job, I will say that he's not really serious.
You cannot.
It's a matter of religion.
Don't castigate someone else's
I just want to share this.
Okay.
My wife in her place of work was slapped by a colleague.
Oh wow.
She called me to report that to me. So for that reason, she did not decline the job, neither to fight back. But I am glad to say that the administrator of the firm was able to handle the matter and did justice to it. So for my fellow man who declined a comfortable job, I think he is a very big mistake. Very, very big mistake.
But is there something you cannot take because of your religious belief in a work environment?
No. I cannot.
Matter.
For me, by the grace of God, I'm a Christian and I'm a believer. By the grace of God, there's nothing I cannot take. It's a matter of coordinating yourself and know what you want. You know what you want, and you know that religion, even Jesus Christ himself in the scripture, a woman gave her water near the well, the well. So it's a good demonstration to see that there is no segregation, no separation. So for someone to say that because a woman is a lead team, he declined the job, I don't know. To me, it's not right.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Your line is not clear at all. Good evening. Welcome. Please call me back. Your line is not clear at all. No, the line is not clear. It's humming. Hello. Good evening.
Prayer.
Okay. Good evening. Is this Engineer Felix?
Yes. It's better. It's better. Yes.
It's better, but not so good. But we can manage. Just go ahead. Let's hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
So you say some people, a woman cannot cook for them.
A woman cannot cook for them. They cannot eat a food a woman cook. Yeah, and that is for them.
So what will happen to them? What would happen to them?
That is trouble. It's trouble for them. Now, come to me as a Christian. There are so many things I cannot take.
Like what?
You cannot tell me I can take off. If I'm working there, I am making bribery and corruption, I cannot take it.
Okay.
If I'm working there and everybody there is a smoker, I cannot take it.
Is it not their own mouth they're smoking with? Is it your mouth?
Staying
you just can't be in that
environment. I'm not telling you that I cannot take it. Yes, I cannot take it.
So you can quit a job because of that.
I am smoking. I'm telling me you are my boss. I can't take it. Even when you come to me and say, okay, I need you to do this, I did that. If you are smoker, I say, please, sir, you can't smoke here. And the person will say, I'm sorry, you could take the smoke away. So if you want to employ me, I will tell you, sir, when I'm working, no smoking. And so there are so many things someone cannot take. And when it comes to religious matter, that is the highest thing, the highest order in the whole world, because that is when your religion mean your life. That's what people should not understand. Religion means your life. That's why I see that those who understand it, even when they are full by it, they will die being full by it. So you can just tell me now that, okay, your religion, is it, how does it look for outsiders? Is it a religion that operates everybody and only love his own person? Now we can judge that, but don't tell me there's so many things I cannot take as a Christian.
Right,
you can't tell me now, as a man, you are my boss, a woman. If I should come and sleep with you, I will sleep with you, I have the job, I will go. I can't take it. Thank you very much. Let others put shook mouth.
Thank you so much. My name is not shook mouth. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. All right. It's interesting to know this about our country, about our people, and how we react to stuffs like this, and how serious we take religious stuffs. Hello, good evening to you. Welcome. Hello. Are you there? Hello. All right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Yes, a very good evening to you.
Regarding the topic tonight about Mohammed, your uncle, we've
actually passed that topic, honestly speaking. So we're just, on a step down segment. Apologies.
Oh, actually, my sister, my blood they hot regarding that topic, but all the same.
Sorry.
Make I just rest my case.
Cool temper, no vex, you hear? Sorry, So we thought to step down a bit and move away from all the problems of our politics. Hello, good evening. Are you there?
And
hello.
I'm still here.
Okay, not actually you. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right. For some reasons, this particular caller tries to call, but we can't hear him. So if you're there, please you can try to call back. I don't know. Maybe his network, I guess. So hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening to you. Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome. Madam Precious.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Amako.
Amako, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Festac.
You're welcome.
So, yes, ma'am. I want to put my own distance for that's what we are talking about. You know, say some people get as their life, their behavior. You understand? You cannot blame the person that said that he will not work with anything. Like me, you understand me? I cannot stay anywhere. Even self, immediately, I just left from where I'm to go to any advocate site to buy something. When I'm there, is there someone else come buy this smoke, started to smoke? The car, even the vaccination I will use to tell the person, not the person, the body of the person will tell him to move forward with me. No.
So what does smoke do to you?
You understand me? Like many people, they avoid many things. You understand me? One, that smoke, I will not be the way that take smoke. You understand? And there are some people for their religion, more especially young boy. You understand me? It cannot, because there's one simple time there we use the woman set trap for you. You understand? We fall on it, and you cannot be the something you are this in their religion that they will collect it, and by then before we fall it, we enter for the hadano. You understand me? That's what I want to do my suggest for this evening. Don't blame the person that said that it will not work anymore.
So does smoking do anything to you? Do you react to smoking, or you just don't like staying in an environment where they smoke?
The problem of Nigeria. Nigeria's problem is money that kills.
Thank you. All right, promise your final thoughts while we wrap up.
People hold religious very dear, so I think people should be allowed to believe what they want to believe, hold on to their beliefs, as long as they are not hurting anybody along the line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lagos, that's the size of our package this evening. Thank you so much for jumping in on this conversation. And thank you very much for always being there. We do this every day, Monday to Friday, 6:30 p.m. Apart from Tuesdays and Wednesdays, that is, when we start at 7 o'clock, right? So every other day, 6:30 p.m. through to 9 p.m. We'll do this again tomorrow from 7 p.m. And of course, another interesting topic we'll be discussing. Now, we're always there to bring you actually hot topics,
trending topics,
topical conversations that will bring you on your table every single day. So we'll do this again, Lagos, tomorrow. My name is Precious. You want to know what I'm all about? And catch up with me on Instagram. I am at Precious Official, Precious ENYI Official. Enyi, by the way, means friend. That's to say that I'm Precious, your friend. Okay, so Precious Enyi altogether official. And Twitter is Precious_Enyi. See you tomorrow, Lagos. And
I'm Promise and Zenifab on Instagram. Do have an amazing evening, Lagos.
And she is the one in charge of all of the content that you have been listening to. Thank you, Promise.
You're welcome.
For always being there.
All right.